funding for Scrap Dog Scott's Records is provided by nobody. We're a new channel.
Hey music fans, and welcome to the Scrap Dog Scott Show. This is going to be the very first episode in the series. So I am very excited today to get to talk with you guys about music, records, and just have some fun. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, let's just talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of music. I know that the Grammys were recently, and Taylor Swift won big. I was really hoping that the Rolling Stones were going to get Album of the Year with Hackney Diamonds, but it's no fun rooting for the anti-hero. It's not even funny! Who are you? Well, I'm the heckler. I'm here to let you know when you've done something not funny. Like the two dudes in the Muppet Show, the old guys who sit in the back. Don't you have like a home or something? Anything better to do? Well, I don't have a home. I just, follow people around and heckle them. Okay. Speaking of Grammy snubs, if we're gonna talk about that, my favorite, or should I say least favorite, is whenever the Police beat out Rush in the Best Rock Instrumental category. When the Police had Behind My Camel and Rush had YYZ. Because YYZ is so much better than Behind My Camel. Behind My Camel is like this stupid, really bad instrumental that just goes over and over again. And YYZ is like it just makes me upset. More upset than John Lennon whenever he thought Imagine Dragons ripped their name off of his song. Ah! Imagine there's no dragons. It's easy 'cause they're fake. If you've seen a dragon, probably was a lizard or a snake. Imagine all the dragons actually writing good songs. Yoo-hoo! You may say, I don't like Imagine Dragons, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday, maybe I like them. But until then, I'm just going to be mad. What the walrus do you want? Aren't you supposed to be, dead? No, I'm not dead. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my song. And then I'm going to go switch shifts with Michael Jackson, because we need to ask some nice people on Facebook for some money so we can get back to America. Oh. Hey, it's me, Michael Jackson. I'm not really dead. John Lennon and I are stuck in Dubai, and we would appreciate it if you sent $500 so we could get back to America. Kinda suspicious. How do I know it's you? Look at my profile page. Okay, I see the check mark there at the top. Is there any other way that you can prove it's you? Hee. Well, that's obviously him. Alright, where the Venmo is... Oh, no! Now it's a Family Guy cutaway parody! Oh! Oh, do you know what time it is? It's time for fan mail! Let's see what we got today. Oh. Let's see what it is. A VHS tape sent from our good friend Mark Butler, the Trippy Hippie. Alright, well, let's go ahead and watch it. Alright. Huh. Ah! Oh, wait, I know. We have to watch it on the obsolete box.
The
Obsolete
box. The obsolete box.
Alright, here is the obsolete box. We're going to go ahead and play the Trippy Hippie's videotape and see what he sent us today. Oh, there must be another tape in the player.
Hey, all you dudes and dudesettes, it's your old pal here, Mark Butler, the Trippy Hippie, back to give you his opinions on everything. And today, Trippy Hippie is going to let you know all about Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac! Trippy Hippie thinks Fleetwood Mac has some very good stuff, but they also have some very terrible stuff. So we're going to have to go through the eras of like the Taylor Swift. This is the Fleetwood Mac Eras Tour, and the Trippy Hippie is going to give you his thoughts on each and every Fleetwood Mac album, starting with Peter Blues' Fleetwood Mac, and ending up with Say You Won't. So here we go. We're going to start all the way back in 1985 with Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. Now, I bet you didn't know Fleetwood Mac was a division of the Greensbreakers, which was a band with Pete Townsend as the lead guitar player and John Mayall as the singer. So I bet you didn't know that, but they formed off when Mac and Fleetwood and Peter Blue made their own band, and they got Jeremy Spencer, who is Trippy Hippie's favorite member of Fleetwood Mac. His favorite albums are with him. So we start off with the debut album, which is a pretty good album, I must say. It is something you can trip to. Dive to is what I meant to say. Trippy Hippie kind of likes old blues music, and he likes especially Jeremy Spencer's slide guitar playing. It is very, very, very exciting to listen to. The only thing is the Peter Blue stuff on the album is not interesting, and Peter Blue is not a very good guitar player compared with Jeremy Spencer. Okay, now we get to the second Fleetwood Mac album, called Mr. Wonderful. And it's Trippy Hippie's favorite Fleetwood Mac album. Why? Lots of Jeremy Spencer. In fact, he repeats the exact same riff on 4 different songs. Trippy Hippie it's who? Trippy Hippie had to sneeze there. But Trippy Hippie likes familiarity and repetition. So this album is right up his alley. He loves the 4 Jeremy Spencer songs that sound the same, but he does not like the Peter Blue things like Stop Messing Around and Trying So Hard to Forget. I'm trying so hard to forget that song. It's so loud and it hurts my head. Okay, now we're going to move on to If Music Be the Language of Love, which is the next album after that. If Music Be the Language of Love does not have any Jeremy Spencer on it. It's got Denny Kirwan instead. And so for that reason, it's not good. It's not good. So Trippy Hippie gives that a bad review. Next we've got Killing House, which with the Killing House, we got Jeremy Spencer back and he's imitating 50s artists. Trippy Hippie loves that, so it's a good album. Oh, but then we had to leave, and instead we get Bob Welch's Grape Jelly, which Trippy Hippie doesn't like him, so all the albums with him, bad. And then we get Christine McVie and Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah, Stevie Nicks and his girlfriend Lindsey Buckingham. They join the band. And they make it even worse. Trippy Hippie can't stand the self-titled album because Rhiannon, it just is not very catchy. And he doesn't like Landslide because it's got the acoustic guitar that hurts his head. And Rumors is trash. Rumors is absolute trash because Trippy Hippie just doesn't like the songs on there because they're not very interesting in Trippy Hippie's opinion. Now, whenever you've got a song like The Chain, nothing compared to the genius of Dust My Broom. And then we got some more Tusk, which Trippy Hippie kind of enjoys some of Stevie Nicks' things on there, the experimental things. But not much else. And Trippy Hippie hates Mirage and Tango in the Night. But then we get back to some good stuff with Behind the Mask and Time. Trippy Hippie loves those albums. And he also, he kind of likes the last one, Say That You Will, but it's okay. I mean, Trippy Hippie's not the biggest fan of Fleetwood Mac, but Trippy Hippie's opinion, there is no Fleetwood Mac without Mr. Jeremy Spencer. Now, if you'll excuse Trippy Hippie, it's time for his nap. So Trippy Hippie is...
Alright, it's time to show off my record collection now. And I'm going to have to choose which of my records to do. So I wonder which artist I should choose. Who are you guys?
I'm Good Scott, and
Okay.
you should really do a review on The Police because Sting is a really good singer and a really good bass player.
Huh, interesting. And what about you?
I'm Bad Scott, and you should really do AC/DC because they rock and sing about bad boy stuff.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to make a choice, but seeing as I don't have any AC/DC records, I'm going to have to go with Good Scott. So we're going to go with The Police for today. Alright, The Police albums. Here is their first album from 1978 entitled Outlandos d'Amour. And it's the yellow variant. There's several different variants of it. There's also a red, a green, and a blue one, but I got the yellow one. I really like the yellow color. Here's the record itself. The A&M label. And now we have Regatta de Blanc, their second album. Used to be my least favorite, but I actually really like it now. Original inner sleeve. Zenyatta Mondata with the hype sticker. Here's Ghost in the Machine. I love this album. It's their most different sounding album. It's different than all the other ones. Produced by Hugh Padgham, would go on to work with Genesis and Phil Collins, or who was already kind of working with them at the time. Really engineered the sound of the 80s. And then my favorite one is Synchronicity. And I really like how the record, it's see-through purple if you hold it up to the light. And I also like how there's different, every copy has like a different cover, so this is just one of the cover variants. Alright, and that is the Police collection.
Is that fly on the wall, off the wall, by the wall, in the hall, near the balls, in the fall? Okay, that's all. All my fears won't let me be. I just want to let her know, but my feelings, they won't show. She's a vision of true beauty. Taken by her heart. She's a vision of true beauty. I want to tell her, but I don't know where to start. Your song sucks. Push harder on the frets. You're causing the strings to buzz. Like, seriously, work on your chords, man. Hello, all you pathetic life forms out there. It is I again, Albert Simon Smith. But you can call me the Genius. And today, I am going to be talking to you. Oh, the camera is not in the right place. I told you, Mom! We have to put the camera right in the right place or it's not going to be able to see me. It's going to cut my wonderful hair off, okay? Okay, so now, we am here, Albert Simon Smith, the Genius, smarter than any of you stupid people out there, here to talk to you about one of the greatest bands of all time, Genesis. And no, I am not talking about Phil Collins. I am here to tell you about the wonders of Peter Gabriel and how it is so much more better than your stupid Phil Collins. Now, first we must go back all the way to the band's beginnings with the album From Genesis to Revelation, which in my opinion is a much underrated album. It is in the style of the Bee Gees before they went commercial as well. But then we get the real genius in Trespass. And the song, The Knife, with its complex time signatures, and its changing melodies, and the Knife it's pretty good. But then we have the amazing Nursery Crime. Oh, yes, and guess what? Phil Collins was on that album, but he was just the drummer. And Phil Collins should never open his stupid yap again. He should only sit behind the drum kit because, at this point, Phil Collins was one of the greatest drummers in the history of rock and roll. And the second he opened his big stupid mouth and wrote Sussudio, it made me upset. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. But then we get to the band's undisputed masterpiece, Foxtrot. And Foxtrot is their masterpiece because it's got Supper's Ready. And Supper's Ready is good because it's 20 minutes long. And everybody knows that the longer the song is and the less commercial it is, that just makes it better. Why? How do I know? Because I'm a genius, and you people are too stupid to understand Supper's Ready. So there. Now we're going to get to another fantastic album selling England by the pound, where Genesis had madrigals. They had mystique, almost medieval balladry, you might say. The je ne sais quoi, the finesse, the absolute iambic pentameter that they wrote the songs in. The sort of poetic buoyancy of the lyrics, matched with Peter Gabriel's unsurpassed, smoky tenor voice, is just fantastic. And then they made the most mind-boggling album ever created called The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, with a story only the elite could possibly understand, with so many references to amazing literature. It's just fantastic. And if you can't understand the story of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, try reading the insert, the gatefold. You stupid people who can't even read the gatefold and understand a story that even the most simplest elite genius such as myself can understand. I'm sorry, but if you don't understand the story of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, you're just forget it, because you're too dumb to understand real music. But then, they had to have that stupid Phil Collins open his yap and make a trick of the tail. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's more what they would become. I mean, first Steve Hackett left, and all of the soul was taken out of the guitar, leaving Mike Rutherford, a bass player, to play guitar as well. He's a bass player. Bass players can't play the guitar. And then, when they made that horrible Duke album. But first, they had to make Follow You, Follow Me, a pop song. Oh, pop is poison. It's trash, flotsam and drag. Oh my gosh, I can't even bear to say the name of this song nor the word pop. I believe pop may destroy humanity with its melodies that are just hooks, just the hooks designed to grab onto simpletons' minds and stick in their heads, and people will buy the music just for the hook. And there's no interesting thing in the song. There's nothing good about the song. It's just a hook trying to get your money rather than your intellect. Ugh. That Phil Collins, if he was sitting in an electric chair, I would gladly pull the handle. But he's still alive, unfortunately. Not even his money can keep him around forever, though. Then they went on to release a string of unfortunate albums, such as Abacab and The Worst Offender, Invisible Touch. I despise that album with a passion, I despise Invisible Touch with a burning passion inside of me because it's only for simpletons, stupid morons who are just trying to buy money. Oh, what Genesis has become! They have in fact sold out to the man just for a quick wad of cash. I hate Phil Collins. And I hate what happened to Peter Gabriel as well. For when he released In Your Eyes and Sledgehammer on the album So, he too was guilty of selling out and using synthesizers! Ah! My apologies. Needless to say, I hate what happened to them, and you should only listen through The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, because that was their last any good album. Now I bid you farewell, and I hope you will come join the genius in his corner again for the next time when we discuss the tragedy of Yes, and how Owner of a Lonely Heart absolutely destroyed their reputation as one of Prague's finest storytelling bands who could take you to worlds away. But that horrible Trevor Rabin came in and wrecked all that. Anyways, farewell, friends, if I can even call you that. Farewell. Ah, shut up, man! We know you hate late Genesis, but come on, Phil Collins is one of the greatest singers ever, and he can write an amazing song. I don't care if you're a musical elitist or whatever, but you got the most bogus opinion I've ever heard. Get out of here! Well, that's all the time we have for today, but I really hope you enjoyed the pilot episode of Scrap Dog Scott's Records. And until then, remember, music is art, and art is expression, which means music is expression. See you guys next time.